Yeah, I'm gonna do the countdown.
Cool.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, Sonic Generations. A game that came out for Sonic's 20th anniversary. A love letter to all the fans, pretty much. You play through 3 eras from Sonic's past, and you play as Modern Sonic and as Classic Sonic. So you will see me go through like 3 stages from the Genesis era, 3 stages from the Dreamcast slash GameCube era, and 3 stages from the modern era.
I don't know, man. Sonic Heroes is my favorite Dreamcast game.
It is pretty Dreamcast, I have to say. But yeah, as you can see, I'm going through Green Hill right now, Classic. Classic Sonic has Act 1 and the 2D stages, while Modern Sonic plays like in Sonic Unleashed daytime stages and Sonic Colors stages with 3D and 2D. You see that in a moment here. Also, you'll be wondering why the game is in Japanese. That is because the Japanese version of the game is a little bit faster as far as dialogue goes. And
Also, Frokenok is a gigantic weep.
sure, I mean, why not? Like, we can go with that too. And like the PC version is the best version because it runs at 60 FPS and has the better loading times. Ooh, small mistake there. That's fine though. But yeah, that's in a sense Sonic Generations though. Pretty fast game. Go ahead.
Unlike Sonic Colors, you actually see him use drift in this one.
Oh yeah, like the drift is kind of broken in this game actually. It's used for a couple occasions, so you can do some skips, which you're gonna see soon enough.
Also, unlike Sonic Colors, he actually has a homing attack that he can use wherever here, so he can kind of use the platform as well. Whereas in Sonic Colors, you can only use it to attack enemies themselves.
True, true.
Of course, in order to make that possible, this game does not have a double jump.
Yeah, this game does not have a double jump, unfortunately though, because I do really like to have a double jump, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah, double jump is just too good. Yeah, that huge magic carp right there, like I faced earlier on. Gotta love that guy. And as you can see, the drift that I use here, like you see me use that like here and there. That's because like when you drift in straights, it's actually much faster than actually boosting normally. And that's a pretty much Green Hill.
Good old Green Hill.
Pretty straightforward, really. You know the layout of the stage and pretty much go fast.
Reminder that we will see it blindfolded in a bit.
Yep, that is true. Kind of worried, but we should be fine. Always, you have to be a little bit worried with blindfolded stuff. But next up is Chemical Plant from Sonic 2, and Chemical Plant has the first big skip in the game.
And a skip it is, hot man. It is a pretty awesome one. You kind of like, at the end of the big old water slide, you do a drift at the right time, which will just send you flying. And you can get into a way later part of the stage. A stage that is part of the stage is supposed to be 2D.
You pretty much skip the 2D section, you could say, and go directly to the next 3D section by doing a pretty on-point homing attack, you could say, on a rail. So you can align yourself in the 2D section and not fall to your death because you are 3D into 2D.
Also, the scenery just doesn't keep up with it. Because you spend so much.
I got a little bit unlucky there with the homing attack. You'll see why.
Oh dang, yeah, that's a shame.
That's a little bit unfortunate. It can happen. Like it's part of the skip, pretty much. Thankfully, I have a checkpoint and I can go back to it right away. Oh man.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I was worried about that. Like, Generations haven't been giving me good runs lately, to be honest. Even though I did practice, but Oh boy, this might not.
At the end of the day, we are still trying to break the game quite heavily here, so stuff can go wrong.
True.
That is just the nature of speedrunning, really.
Gonna go the old-fashioned way and do some invincible platforming. There you go.
Who needs to see anyway?
Yeah, pretty much. And now I'll be going all the way to the end of the stage, pretty much. Unfortunately, I didn't get it first try, but if you get it first try, you pretty much gonna finish up with 110 to 113 time, which is really good from the normal route. Normal route, you probably save like 30-40 seconds, something like that. But yeah, that was Act 2 of Chemical Plan, and we're going to Act 1, which is pretty much straightforward. Nothing really as far as skip goes, like, you know, good spin dashes and know the layout of the stage to go fast. So, you know, any donations and stuff, feel free to, you know, to butt in pretty much and say it.
They tend to come in like blocks of 3 or 4 at the same time. I think there's some sort of processing delay going on, but currently there's nothing.
Okay.
But in case anyone has donated and is wondering why it's not showing up, that's why. Because that does keep happening, that people are like sending me PM saying, I just donated, where is it? And I'm like, it's probably just delayed.
Fair enough.
No, currently nothing.
Alright. But yeah, most of the big skips in this game do seem to be in the modern stages, but that doesn't mean that there is no big skips in the classic stages at all.
Yeah, not to spoil, but my favorite one is the classic skip, really, and you'll see it like at the pretty much at the end of the game.
It is pretty amazing.
It involves like Sid's good friend Spike as well. Like...
Yep, and that's all we're gonna say. Let's not give that guy too much attention.
Yeah, that was Chemical Plan. Next up is Sky Sanctuary. Also, we saving Amy here, and we get to hear Sonic, like as a weeba that I am. An interesting thing to say about generations on PC and compared to its console counterpart, like the console counterpart is at 30 FPS, and while there is a particular trick in the console version which is easier to do, which is called M-Speed, which exists in Sonic Unleashed as well, in Sonic Generations PC version isn't as easy to do compared to the console. Probably because of the 30 FPS that is on console compared to 60 that is on PC. But other than that, the PC version saves on the PS3 version around 18 minutes, and it saves in loading times, and it saves around 10, I think, for Xbox 360, which is quite a bit of time for a 1 hour run, give or take.
Shoutouts to the glorious PC loads. But yeah, you will see a little bit of the M-Speed trick that Frog was talking about later on in the Shadow fight. But for the most part, it's just so hard that
pretty much
it's really used in the PC run.
It's just that, like, it's not that you can use it elsewhere. Like, there are a lot of ILs that use M-Speed or D-Speed for that matter. D-Speed we refer when we do it in a 2D section or with Classic Sonic. But the trick itself is really difficult, so it's like a swim or sink situation where if you get it, you save a lot of time, but if you don't get it, you pretty much lose time. Also, where it's a modern Sky Sanctuary. Another stage that it doesn't really have a skip, but if you do it properly, it looks really awesome. And it's one of the stages that you have to manage your boost a little bit, because it's like you don't have like enough boost to go through all the sections without worrying about it. You need to kinda reserve a bit.
It's nice to see some boost management in Sonic Generations as well, though, TBH.
Yeah, it's like compared to colors that you have, you know, the wisps to get the boost in this game, like you can get boost by defeating enemies and by actually gathering rings. So it's kind of easier to actually have enough
Not
boost.
to mention you start every stage with full boost.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, it's nice to see that boost management is still a thing.
Also coming up is another 3D into 2D, the easiest 3D into 2D ever existed in a Sonic game, most likely. You did see it earlier with Chemical Plant, but yeah, like Sid is gonna say right now, like what you have to do is pretty much Sid.
Hop over a trigger.
Yep, like that's
it.
that's about it. Like just hop over a trigger.
Yeah, the little hop he did during like the transition into the 2D section, that's all he had to do.
Yep, it's like a little hop. You don't even need to do a full jump like a hop. Like,
Nope.
just tap the jump button and you are in 3D into 2D pretty much. Which is
nuts.
quite funny because like if someone does that, it will be like, oh, he will be in 3D and be like, what happened? Like, I broke the game. Like,
What's funny is you can do it like both in the stage and in the mission that he is gonna do.
yeah, the mission coming up. The Balloon Bonanza mission, which has two 3D into 2Ds actually. One where you use the boost to jump off a cloud, like, and go all the way to the 3D section again, because like there is a small 2D section in between.
Yeah.
And then like hop again, and if I do this properly, like what you can do with this 3D to do is to go around like objects and pretty much go to the goal ring.
Heck yeah. It's pretty much a theme throughout all of the boost era modern Sonic games.
Yeah, you
3D
could
and
say-
2D is busted.
Yeah, it's like when pretty much like the 3D and 2D gameplay introduced with Sonic Unleashed started the whole thing. Which, to be honest, I'm kind of happy about it because it resulted in quite awesome skips and stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Also, like worth mentioning is that we're going through the missions right now to get like 3 keys, so we can open the boss gate for the Genesis era.
Yep. He's also going to be doing a boss fight with Metal Sonic, which he needs to get a Chaos Emerald in order to unlock the final boss.
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of like the mission section, and it will kind of happen at the end of every block. You have like the 3 sets of classic and modern stages, and then you go through the missions and the mini bosses for each one, followed by the actual boss.
Yep. For the most part, the route has been kept the same, you could say, but lately we had some route changes and the run actually became quite faster thanks to them, because we included the IL missions for the in the Dreamcast era, in the modern era.
I remember Talon used to do those as well. But,
Yeah, Talon did the Speed Highway one, not the Cry City one though.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic does have a way to manipulate it, you could say, and finish the fight faster. You pretty much like try to manage your speed in a way that you are always close to him and you can hit him immediately. And by doing that, you can get an early third hit in before he comes back into the 2D line you are with classic Sonic. So by doing that, you can finish him much faster. Very nice, 29. Yeah, pretty good. $29.99. Wow.
Nice. Barely a 29.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of what you have with the missions. It's like which ones you pick was kind of based on which IL stress can we do and what is more consistent for single segment runs. But as the record got lower, you kind of got to start doing riskier stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like I can try to keep it as much as possible not to do the riskier stuff because it becomes that much of a harder run. But at some point, you need to start doing them.
Shout out to the Blue Mania.
Pretty much.
Kind of kickstarting that.
Also, wanna take that one seat about the Death Egg Robo and the strat behind it?
Sure. You get hit.
Yep, pretty
then-
much. Like, he said it perfectly. Like, compared to the Sonic 2 final boss fight, this one is quite different.
Yeah. Basically, right at the end, you have like he's gonna do a stomp in order to try to get you onto the 2D sections where you have to make him hit bombs, but instead you could just let him stomp on your head while with that stomp that normally sends you flying. And because you get hit, it gets cancelled, so you can quickly get behind him. His hitbox will become vulnerable again for some reason, and you can just hit him in the butt.
Yeah. Like, we theorized that the reason why his hitbox becomes available again is because they wanted to save up on the, I guess, on the code and programming and stuff. So by doing that, like I guess they made it easier for them to program it, like something along those lines. I'm not really sure, but we kind of theorized that that's why his hitbox becomes available again.
So yes, you get hit.
Pretty much. And we are in the Dreamcast era and Speed Highway from Sonic Adventure.
Yeah. Good old Speed Highway.
Just like all the classic Sonic acts in the game, Speed Highway is pretty much the same. You can say, like, if you know the layout of the stage and you know how to manage your spin dashes, like, you gonna go fast. Otherwise, you're gonna see a lot of bumping here and there. Like, it's like classic stages. For the most part, they are speedrun friendly, you could say. But I think it kind of like the classics. Like, if you don't know the layout of the stage, like it makes it quite difficult to go fast. There is one act in particular, and that would be Rooftop Run, which is quite not speedrun friendly.
Yeah, Rooftop Run Classic is just blood.
Like,
you can improve it a little bit with something called the Thunder Shield, which we'll go into later. But...
Yeah, like it's like probably the classics act, which is the hardest to speedrun, I guess, and the hard, like the one that it's not speedrun friendly. But if you do it properly, it looks amazing.
Yeah. What is speedrun friendly is Speed Highway Modern.
That is true, and as far as Modern Sonic goes, he likes to skip stuff. But this trick in particular is, well, it's not that it's RNG based or anything like that, but because of the precise movement that you have to do, you could say that sometimes it can depend on your luck on how you land on a particular, how can I say this, like invincible floor on a building?
Something like that, yeah. It's pretty similar to how you kind of get started with the Chemical Plant one, where you have to drift like right on the edge. But the edge that you're drifting on is something that you're not even supposed to stand on ever. It's just
and it's so small, and not only that, you need to set up yourself in a way so you can go up.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see if I can actually get it though.
Go in just right and you can go up the building.
Yep, like that can happen. Like there, not only that, like I didn't mention it, but there are kill planes on the left and right. So if you go a little bit on the left and right, you can die, like I did there. So it's really difficult trick. Like,
yeah. I've seen Frog grind this game a lot, and this trick definitely tends to be a bit of a reset point.
Yeah, it is. Like, but thankfully I got the second try, so that's good. Like, but the thing is that it doesn't end here. Like, this is the first part of actually getting the trick. Now you need to land until the end of the stage, because we're pretty much skipping the whole stage right now. And obviously, Sonic Team is, you know, likes to put a lot of kill planes.
Oh yeah.
And not only that, you can stack inside the building like I did there, unfortunately.
But what's nice is that once you usually get past the initial kill planes, they don't bother putting like any other kill planes there. They're just like, oh yeah, you can't get there anyway, no need for kill planes.
Yeah, pretty much.
But unfortunately, he did miss the where he was supposed to land there.
And I get it like second try in a row. Wow, okay.
Nice.
Alright, but let's not mess up this one.
Once again, the stage is not actually loaded in, so you
Yeah.
pretty much have to use the assets that are in the stage in order to kind of like determine where you land. And of course, on your way there, all you really have for queues is these buildings.
There we go. Some invincible air walk or air run, how you want to say it.
Third try is the charm.
Alright. But yeah, funny enough, and like this is like it's actually a fact. There hasn't been a run in a big marathon who actually like had the speed highway skip for modern. Everyone actually missed it, and they went the normal way.
Seriously?
Yep, from Parax all the way back in 2011 was it? Like until like the last run that was happened, like that Talon did, like speed highway still. Nobody has actually the trait down to show it.
Good thing you're gonna change that this actually, Q.
I like your thought, like I like how you're thinking.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, next up, Cityscape. Cityscape doesn't have the big skip that the Speed Highway had or Chemical Plant, but it's pretty long stage actually. And well, one thing to say at the beginning is that compared to the Sonic Adventure 2 version, in this one, if you get hit by the cars, it's a good thing because you get boost and you go faster compared to the original.
Good old Cityscape.
Also, there's
Nothing like too out of the ordinary here, but my goodness, are the trucks violence in Generations?
Oh yeah. Also, you see me drift like that, like in some straight, like I said, like drift is pretty broken, so when I do that it means that I'm going faster. And it's unfortunate though that there is one thing that if I wanted from Unleashed to carry over on Generation is that the drift from Unleashed like came in Generation as far as straights go, because like in Unleashed when you drift you don't turn around, but in Generations like Sonic will turn around when you drift in a straight. And the thing is, like in Generations, while in corners the drift isn't really that faster compared to Unleashed. In Unleashed, in cornering is faster to drift, but it's not faster in straight that much. As far as Generation, that is. Also, big truck like can rocket his way on the side and chase us and has like those big chains and stuff like that. Yeah, but he got upgraded.
He got upgraded. So yeah, that's kind of seems to be like a ongoing trend with the boost era modern Sonic games. The drifting is very useful for anything except drifting.
Yeah, like it's kind of weird. Next up we have Classic.
Yeah, like in Colors you use it to turn quick, and Unleashed you use it to basically get infinite boosts, and it's just you actually go faster while drifting. And of course in Generations, if you use it in the right points as well, you not so much use it to drift, you use it to just speed up insane.
Yep. Classic Cityscape, you play a lot with cycles. The faster you go, the earlier cycle you get, and you're pretty much gonna get a better time. I got now the super early cycle pretty much, so that's really good.
Cycles.
Yep.
Cycles ruin good things.
Also, there is a D-speed in this stage actually, but it's like you get it first try or you lose time, so I don't go for it. Not worth it, and we get a really good time actually by going normally. 118, okay. You can go as far as like get a low 111, so... But yeah, that is City Escape.
Yeah.
And next up we have Seaside Hill. Obviously, you know, the last game from the Dreamcast, like Sonic Heroes.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ghost King like brings out a good point. Like mainly people don't speedrun Generations because of classic Sonic. Like it's even though like
Guilty.
like a lot of people like don't like to actually speedrun only modern stages or do ILs for modern mostly compared to classic. Like, and I can kind of understand that because like if you think about it, like in Unleashed, like you have like the daytime stages, and like in Colors it's only, you know, modern Sonic and his playstyle pretty much. While in Generations, like all of a sudden like the only 2D and spin dashes and stuff come into play. So yeah, like, and because it doesn't like classic Sonic doesn't really play the same as it plays in the classics, like in Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 and Knuckles and stuff like that. So the 2D people didn't really jump on the classic Sonic for Generations.
Pretty much, it's kind of its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have a very similar thing going on in Unleashed, where like there's actual, you know, all-day stage categories, which is the most popular one because most people just don't want to do the night stages.
Mm-hmm. Which like it's kind of fine because like the night stages might actually be more broken than the daytime stages in a sense.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, the whole game.
They're
is
both
broken,
pretty
like,
nuts. The approach is completely busted.
Yeah, like it's kind of like, you know, if you say like one thing is more broken than the other, you might actually, I don't know, feel like you're not saying correctly.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was
They're
Seaside Classic.
broken in entirely different ways.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Alright, Seaside Hill Modern now. Seaside Hill Modern is quite a big stage and has quite a lot of paths actually, like...
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm. And
Like right at the start, it turns into like 3 paths already.
yeah, pretty much. Like, and not only that, like it has actually a small skip into it. The unfortunate thing is that we don't have the infinite boost before we reach Seaside Hill. Infinite boost is an ability that pretty much gives you, well, infinite boost. Like you can keep going forever with your boost and it doesn't ever deplete. And if you have that before you reach Seaside Hill, or you equip it and you be in Seaside Hill, you can actually skip the whole stage from the beginning.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little trick you can do with the fish that comes after you when you get too far away from the stage, and it'll become useful in a mission later, so we'll cover it then. But for now, it was a nice execution of the little skip there.
Yeah, I just pretty much skipped, like there is a loop section there where it sends you to a card or to a lower path, the turtle path pretty much, which is like slower, but in a speedrun wise, before we actually did the skip, it was actually faster than the card path. Well, you know, that's how speedruns work, like we go to the slower path but it's actually faster, but details. But yeah, pretty much that Seaside Hill has like that small skip pretty much saves around 20 seconds, which is pretty nice. And that's pretty much about the Dreamcast era stages, and we're gonna go to the missions. And the first mission coming up is the one that Sid mentioned with the fish.
Yeah, fishy.
Mm-hmm. The huge Magikarp that you saw in Green Hill like returns with events like any other, I'd say, like because it pretty much can insta kill you even if you have range.
Yeah, if you get far away from the normal path, it's supposed to destroy you. But fortunately, it's also a very lazy fish, so as long as you kind of like dip into the water, in this case by holding down, then Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like it's like, oh, you're gonna die anyway. I'll just let the kill plane do the work.
Yeah, like it's kind of funny because like so the thing is that like the fish will insta kill you if you go out of your normal path, like if you're trying to cat like I did there. The thing is that when you boost on water, you obviously like you stay on above the surface of the water. But if you stop boosting or you press the back button, Sonic submerges for a little bit, so the fish is like, oh, you're underwater, you're about to die, so I'm gonna let you die on your own. I'm not gonna kill you. And
just laziness.
yeah, pretty much like lazy fish. Like, all right, so yeah, you're about to die. I'm gonna leave you. And since the boost keeps you above the water and you keep boosting, well, yeah, like you go up again.
Ha. So here we're doing the Thunder Shield mission specifically to unlock it. There is actually faster missions you could do, but Thunder Shield just speeds up the next block of stages so much that you really want it.
Yeah, it's like the Thunder Shield saves you so much time in the modern era, from Christ City all the way to Planet Wisp. And without the Thunder Shield mission, you can't do the skipping Planet Wisp. You're gonna see later on.
Yep.
And
of course, the reason the Thunder Shield is so useful is because it gives you a double jump as classic Sonic.
Yep.
It's very cool.
It's really cool. So Speed Highway mission, the IL mission that I was talking about earlier, the first one. So if I do this properly, I'm gonna save a lot of time. So let's see.
Just got the drift at the exact right time.
Oh, so close, so close. Okay, so what happens there is like if I drift and boost at the right time, Sonic will start going up again the building. And by doing that, I can actually jump backwards, like, and if I do that, as you see here, and stomp, well, there is your stage that you have to go normally through. So, hello stage.
Bye stage.
And I'm at the ending with a goal ring.
This one has been known for a while, but sometimes you instead would pick the drift mission because it's just way more consistent.
Yeah.
But yeah, as of course the time went down, this became a necessary thing to implement.
Yep, pretty much. Next up, Shadow Fight. So yeah, like Sid can explain that with M speed, I guess.
Yeah, Frog is gonna have to actually do his thing, but yeah, this is actually what M speed and D speed is that we've been talking about so much, and it's basically you hold the control stick at a very slight tilt so that on the ground Sonic is just barely walking, and for some reason this tilt while you're in the air and have some speed build up already gives you just insane aerial speed. This trick is used all throughout Unleashed, especially since in Unleashed it's incredibly easy to pull off. I mean, it's still a really hard trick.
Yeah, it's really hard. Yeah,
it's really easy to pull off.
Like in a scale of 1 to 10, like doing it in Unleashed, I guess it's like a 5, but doing it in Generations is like an 8. Like
yeah, I'd say like Unleashed is like a 6. Generations console an 8.
Yeah.
And Generations PC a 9.
Yeah, something. Yeah, there you go. Like I don't know. It's probably the FPS, like because you are in 30 FPS compared to 60 FPS in PC. That's why it becomes much more difficult. Also, I think to say that, which I noticed actually recently, is that compared to the controller you have, then the actual M speed position of your analog stick changes because of the dead zone your controller has.
Exactly.
So you have to figure out in your controller you're using where the precise spot for Sonic is to start like joking forward to get that M speed.
It's fun whenever you switch controllers, which I'm gonna get to do.
Like
if I ever return to Unleashed, because I give my other controller, my wired one, to.
Yeah, like I'm using a I didn't say it, but and people can't say it really, but I'm using a PS3 controller, which is from all the way back to the big fat model of PS3 that had the 6-axis controls without the DualShock. Like, yeah, those are the ones I'm using back from way when PS3 got released, and I've been sticking with that. And well, I'm glad that it's still working. I'll say you that.
Yeah.
Like, if it's gonna happen, like, for me to change controller right now for generations, I'm gonna need months to get adjusted to a new one, I'll tell you that.
So what's funny is that, like, yes, one of the only people I know Frog actually plays this game, like, aside from M speed, of course, which you need analog control for, he uses D-pad for everything.
Oh,
For
yeah.
modern gameplay, for classic gameplay.
Yeah, like, people will use D-pad for classic, like, because, you know, 2D and stuff, but I use modern, like, I use the D-pad for modern Sonic as well, to move around, so yeah.
It's kind of unique, but it seems to work for him because Frog's a beast.
Yeah, like, I don't know, I just like, feel like I control Sonic better with my with the D-pad rather than on the analog. I use only analog for the M speed pretty much.
Pretty much. Also, yeah, this is Chaos. Perfect Chaos.
Yeah, we fight him as normal Sonic because Sonic powered up through the years.
Pretty much. Don't need Supersonic in this.
Oh yeah, and one thing that I didn't mention is, like, you saw me pausing the game after I got the hits in Perfect Chaos. That's because, like, when you hit Perfect Chaos, you go into an automated transition pretty much, where the game pretty much, you know, throws you to the next point where Sonic can start moving again. So if I hold down the pause button all the way, you'll see the scenery change behind the actual pause menu. But if I do that, I actually lose time because we are in a RTA setting. If it was like IL, you would actually want to do, you know, to keep the pause all the way. And of course, we are in Cry City.
Yeah, well, lots of burning. Modern Red City is pretty good.
Yep, the whole city is on fire.
Oh boy. So just a little bit of, you know, speedrun terms for, just in case there's anybody who doesn't know, IL stands for individual level speedrun. It's just when you do a single stage and try to get the fastest time on that. And since it's so short, you can usually do a lot of, like, risky or stress on that.
Yep, pretty much.
But yeah, good old Modern Crisis City.
Modern Cry City really puts your skills to the test because, like, you need to use pretty much everything and traverse through the fire pillars and stuff, and you know how fast you can go and whatnot. So it's really nice to speedrun. Like, all the modern stages are pretty much, you know, a sight to behold in a speedrun setting, I'd say.
And there's not too much out of the ordinary going on in Modern Crisis City, but it's just really good normal gameplay. You have to do.
Yeah, you can
And it's still super
easily.
smooth.
Yeah, like, you can easily tell who knows his stuff going through Cry City and who doesn't, because, like, a lot of the fire pillars and all the, you know, lava and stuff will get you pretty much.
Also, shoutouts to me on my first playthrough of Generations, like actually making it all the way to the goal ring and then stomping past it, like jumping and stomping next to it.
Also, I know that I'm gonna say this, but we are actually going to Omochao. Yes, and that's because I need to go buy the Thunder Shield that we actually unlocked by going through the mission and equipping it on Classic Sonic, because we're gonna use it for Classic Cry City and moving on to Rooftop Run and Blind Wisp.
So when I was playing casually, people were like, "Yo, how did you do the final section of Modern Crisis City like in one go? How did you know like where to go and whatnot?" And I'm like, "I've been watching Frog for years." It's burned into my brain.
Yeah.
Anyway, you also saw a little bit of a nice skip with on the shield and Classic Sonic.
Yeah, like
You get the section by using the double jump at the right time.
pretty much. It's so small, but it actually saves quite a bit of time, like, here and there. Like, the Thunder Shield and the double jump helps so much. Like, over here I'm gonna do like a double jump again and go like all that 2D section immediately. And obviously in this section where the troll post is,
Haha. Baited.
It's quite fun because like if you go fast enough, like you can catch up like to the troll post, and it's like, you know, it was always there. Like
With all the ruse.
mhm.
That was the real goalpost all along.
Yes, Crycity is from 06 for the people who were not aware, since I saw it in the chat.
Yeah.
Alright, next up is Rooftop Run Classic. And
Oh.
yeah, like I said, it's quite not speedrun friendly. But if
Just
I do
the way
it
it
properly,
flows.
yeah.
Still, he can't speed it up much, and this is also where the Thunder Shield really comes in.
Yeah, it really shines over here. Helps so much with a small skip over here to skip a small 2D section. The thing to say about Rooftop Run Classic is that your beginning pretty much decides what your final time is gonna be, unless you kinda mess up somewhere or get hit or something like that. The better the beginning, the better the game, the time you're gonna get by the end of it. Because like there are some stop and goes here and there.
Pretty much. If you at any point lose your Thunder Shield, then you have to be prepared to lose like double-digit seconds.
Like losing the Thunder Shield is the worst thing for you to happen in Rooftop Run Classic. Like the time can go all the way down to 140, 145, you know, something like that. But if you lose it, you're going like to 2 minutes and above easily.
Oh yeah. In other words, don't get hit.
Yep.
Have I got time to read a donation?
Yep, go ahead.
That was like 2 sentences merged into one. Please ignore that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to blame the lack of sleep.
Yeah.
That's my default excuse for anything for the next like 30 hours or so.
Yes.
Anyway, only got the one. And it's from Critical Sid.
Hi.
Thank you. He donated $20 to say, gotta get my boys to SGDQ.
Yeah, boy.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah. So good.
148, pretty good. Pretty good. 148 is not bad. Anything below 150 is good. If you go below 145, then you are pretty much godlike, I'd say, for this one. Also, shout out to Japanese naming. Like, it's not called Rooftop Run in Japanese. Actually, it's called Orange Roofs.
Yeah. I'm still not sure why.
Yeah, I don't think I can tell either.
No.
Now, as far as modern Rooftop Run goes, well, compared to Classic, Rooftop Run Modern is actually, for a stage that is in, you know, one stage before the last one, like, it's, as far as speedrun goes, it's probably one of the easiest, if not the easiest after Green Hill to speedrun. It's just like so, you know, good, like, so easy to go fast. Like they build it in a way where they really reward you. Like,
I mean, you could make it a lot harder on yourself if you want.
Yeah,
Because this stage is absolutely full of really good end speed spots.
yeah, it is. It really is. Like, if you're gonna go there, like, you're gonna refer to it as like M speed or M rooftop run or something like that, compared to the normal one, because it has a lot of M speeds in it.
Oh yeah.
And looks pretty freaking awesome.
But yeah, while for Shadow, M speed is definitely a possibility since you only really have to hold it the one direction and you can very easily set it up. If you have to actually do it like in the middle of gameplay and in multiple directions, sometimes turning, yeah, good luck doing that on Generations PC.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, there are select few people out there who have achieved that, and well, yeah, they have my full respect, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've seen people do it and it's nuts, but of course only in individual level runs, because
Yeah,
even
like,
they are like not really consistent enough to...
to pull it in an any percent, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Or some of them just don't even run full game ever.
Yeah, like most IL runners don't really run any percent, to be honest.
Hey, who knows? Maybe after HTQ we get a new influx of runners.
Who knows? Yeah, you never know.
I'm just glad you finally have competition, man. Shout out to the Blue Mania.
Yeah, like I've been holding like the record for so many years, and like Blue Mania coming out of nowhere and getting the record and stuff. It's in a sense like I feel like, you know, happy about it. But yeah, that was Rooftop Run, and we're going to the final stage of the game, which is Plant the Wisp.
Greece versus Curry. But yeah, Plano wins. This looks familiar.
Yep, I think. Yeah, I think you played it earlier.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's not exactly the same, to be honest. Like there is pretty much the game in Generations has it in two big sections, one 3D section and one 2D section, and both Act 1 and Act 2 actually feature skips, which is really nice. As far as since we are in Plant Wisp, like the Wisp make a return in Generations here. In Modern Sonic you have the Rocket Wisp, while in Classic Sonic you have the Spike Wisp. Now I'm gonna wait a little bit here and get the second rocket. Now, compared to Colors, where when you get the second Wisp you pretty much refill your meter, in Generations you actually hold the Wisp, like the full thing, to use it again later on. So by actually doing that, I get to use the Rocket Wisp again where I want to.
Yeah.
And there is a specific section coming up where if I use it properly, I'm gonna skip a really big portion of 2D.
Which is nice because one of the main complaints that people have with Plano Wisp is that it just really drags on. It's very long compared to like Plano Wisp in the original Colors, which is very, you know, quick and
Yeah.
fast-paced.
Which kind of makes sense because, like, you know, Planet Wisp in the original was the third planet, right? And like fourth, and like in Generations is like the final stage, so they actually bump up the difficulty a bit. They made it longer and stuff like that. But yeah, like not the favorite stage for many people really. Mainly because of the 2D section dragging up a bit and all the enemy placements and stuff, and you know, getting hit all the time and whatnot. But yeah, the good thing is that I actually got the skip, and I pretty much skipped the whole that tiresome 2D section that many people didn't like, and going directly to the finish.
Yeah.
The bad thing about not getting this trick is that you might actually either die, which actually is the better option from the other one, because you might get stuck inside the building, and if that happens you need to restart the whole stage, and by the point you are there, you are already like almost 2 minutes in.
Well, that's rough.
Alright, next up, Classic Planet Wisp is up, and the Spike Wisp, which is very useful for a particular skip. Two particular skips actually. So you wanna explain that?
Yeah, the Spike Wisp in this game is kind of, you know, busted. It was busted in Sonic Colors, but it's busted in entirely different ways, because if you use it in the right position, then like right on the corner of a platform, you can kind of clip into that platform, and then you will be able to use spikes on the inside of the wall, which will allow them to skip quite a nice section of the stage.
Yeah, like right here you're gonna see like I'm gonna use like the Spike Wisp like at the corner pretty much, and by doing that, like, the game doesn't really know where to put you, so the game puts you on the other side of the wall and you go out of bounds.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and by doing that now I can get back in here, and now coming up is the other skip in for Planet Wisp Classic, and well, even though well, we're using the Spike Wisp, for some reason I don't know, like, I guess Spike Wisp is covering the skies?
Nah, man, it's like the hybrid love baby of Spike Wisp and Hover Wisp.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, by using that, I fly into the 3D plane and I skip all the 2D section that I have to do and go directly to the finish like that. Nicely.
Everything is fine. This game is fine.
This is fine, nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
yeah, that's like the big skip for classic.
yeah, the biggest favorite, and I think it's the best looking one as far as skips go.
for sure.
Mhm.
I don't know. I have a soft spot for 3D and 2Ds in like the modern stages and like what that does to the stage loading. But that flying spike wisp is just something else.
Yep. There is another trick that we used to do that is now as a backup in case you lose your Thunder Shield, because you actually need your Thunder Shield to go and do the full thing. Because if you don't have the Thunder Shield, you can't actually get back into the stage, because the double jump helps out with getting back in. So there is a backup strategy that we used to do that looks, well, quite unbelievable as well. Yeah, quite interesting.
You kind of just repeatedly spin dash with the spike wisp until you clip through.
Yeah, pretty much. And like you do some invincible like spike platforming.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm actually gonna show it later on, yeah, since we got the glitch showcase. And now we actually, you know, fighting silver here, like it, you know, it's no use, there's no juice and all that kind of stuff. You know, the usual.
Yeah. Good meme, Frog. Good meme.
Yeah, good name.
That was sarcasm. Please end my life.
Yeah, like there is nothing really to say about Silver Sonic. Like you can manipulate him a bit. Like you pretty much skip like one attack that he has, where you can actually attack him like during his attack. But other than that, it's like pretty much, you know, wait for your opportunity, hit him, repeat, and finish the fight.
Yeah.
There you go.
Man, the amount of rubble Silver can pick up in this game is just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So hard.
Yeah, I gotta say that. And that was Silver. Alright, next up is the modern era missions, and we're beginning from the switcheroo. This is another IL strat that we didn't do until recently, that Blumania implemented it. So this is in particular really difficult because you need to do like a 3D into 2D and drift like off the edge and go around the stage. Like there's quite a bit of stuff, and if you don't get it, you need to do this backup that I'm doing right now to go to the goal ring, and I got it, which is really nice. Okay, I can live with that. Like it's really hard trick to do, so even the backup, like I'm fine with that.
Good stuff, man.
Thank you, thank you. Next up is the Endless Boost mission. Pretty much what I said earlier about having this ability for Seaside Hill. Unfortunately, it's in the modern missions.
Unfortunately. I still think you can do here with just like switching to the right lanes at the right time, just kind of letting you dislodge from the proper lanes.
Yep.
At one point, so skipping between some mines.
Also, hitbox is like, yeah, who needs them, right?
Pretty much.
Going through those bombs, right? Alright, and well, next up is the Blaze mission, and well, don't blink too much.
Don't tell me what to do.
Because this mission is already over.
Wait, what?
I mean, like, I told you like, not to blink.
Stream hasn't even caught up yet, man.
And we get the final key, and we unlock the boss of this era, which is Egg Dragoon, or what we like to say,
yay.
Egg Trolloon. This guy,
Like I like how you actually found a way to make the Blaze mission even faster. It was already ridiculously fast, but now
pretty much. Like now I can actually say like don't blink and mean it. But yeah, Egg Dragoon, there is a way to actually make the fight go faster. But it's quite precise, and sometimes Egg Dragoon, well, likes to troll quite a bit. Let's see if I can get it done. So I properly like manipulate a couple hits in, and then like when we're about to go into the 2D section, I let go of the boost, and at the right timing I jump and homing attack him 3 times without the actual homing attack being there, and I actually did it, so that's cool because that way I can finish him much faster. But yeah, for the dive section though, there is an interesting thing to say, is that you can actually get 3 hits in the dive section, which is faster, but it's completely random if you actually get it.
You just kind of have to spawn in at random, just closer to his face. He always seems to get it on runs where it doesn't matter.
Yep, pretty much. Like, I don't know why. This time he didn't get it, he didn't give it to me, but that's fine. And if you actually get the 3 hits in the dive section, you save about 10 seconds, with significant time to say the least. In this run, in how optimized this at this point.
For sure.
And yeah, that was a Dragoon, pretty nicely done.
Nice that he didn't troll.
Yep. Always nice.
He made the fight look pretty easy and like getting those homing attacks in, but you really have to like time letting your boost properly. You have to time each individual homing attack. You can't just like smash it out.
Yeah, it's like the homing attacks needs to be like quite on point to get that 3 hit. Otherwise, you might miss it.
It's finicky at best.
The thing is that if you miss it, like his whole pattern changes, and well, if that happens, it's better to restart because you might get a hit every minute or something.
Very much.
And now I'm pretty much putting the Chaos Emeralds in the gear so I can unlock the final boss gate.
So like some way to like, you know, get these emeralds in at the proper time, because I've had times where just the gears do not turn.
Yeah. Or they turn very slowly. That happens because if you check out well where the gears are positioned, like a gear might go above the other gear pretty much, so you have to wait for the gear to come into the correct place so it can start like, you know, turning and stuff like that.
Makes sense.
So yeah, final boss, time eater. It can actually eat your time if you don't do it properly. There is a skip for this one as well, which is pretty nice, because like this fight is kinda automated. Like you get the hits in, but it feels like, you know, the game kinda guides you on a specific time to get them.
Yeah, you do not feel like you have a lot of control of this fight at all.
Yeah, it's like
it's like the one original thing about this game, and it's blood.
Which is kind of funny, really.
Yeah.
I've beaten this game twice and I still have absolutely no idea how this fight works.
Yeah, it's like I say, like it's kind of automated. Like you keep boosting, like you're gonna go close to him, but there are specific sections where you can actually hit him. Like you catch up to him pretty much, not hit him, because you can actually miss the hit.
Like you have this tube, and like at certain points in the tube where it goes up or down, like you can't get close enough.
But yeah, what I'm gonna do here is like change back to Modern Sonic in 2D section while the screen is white, and by doing that the Modern Sonic will go away and come back close to him with Classic Sonic when I change back. So I can hit him again right away, and now he will go to his final attack, which is like his big, like, I don't know what to call it, like lava fire attack. But yeah, time coming up as well.
Oh shit, right, yeah.
Shoutouts to that trick.
And time.
59:19.
Alright, pretty good. Like, yeah,
Somewhat.
anything sub 1 hour is like pretty good. Not the best run really, since, you know, I had deaths and stuff like that, but still good run, I guess. Like for a marathon run, I think sub 1 hour is like, and showing the tricks that I want to show, it's pretty much what I'm aiming for, I guess.
Yeah, like some of the tricks were giving you a hard time, but just the overall gameplay was really good. So good job.
But yeah, this is Sonic Generations, any percent. Hope people enjoyed it. It's actually a homing shot, yeah.
It's a homing shot. Yeah, it's a good game. Yeah, Frog.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, my typing is audible. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oops.
Thank you as
You're
well,
not
Sid,
done yet,
for-
though, are you, Frock?
Yeah, I actually need to show stuff, I guess.
Yep. Since you guys donated for it, we have the glitch showcase and Green Hill blindfolded.
All
Take
right.
it away, my
For Green Hill Blindfolded, you're gonna have like a camo for part of the game feed.
Yeah, I actually need to set up the camera. Should I do that first or the glitch? What should I do?
Do the
first?
blindfold thing first.
All right. So
Because I want to see that.
All right. So let me open the.
I've seen the glitch showcase already. I missed the blindfolded thing last time.
All right. Let me open the camera then. Come on. There you go. Okay. Oops, too big. All right, I'm gonna put my face all the way over here down in the corner. I think this should be fine. Tell me if it looks fine.
Looks fine to me.
Yep.
Oh, I think it disconnected again. Also, my controller stopped working. Okay, let me restart the game really quick. Yeah, I've been having some little trouble with the camera, unfortunately, lately. But let me.
Sega.
Oops, there you go.
I mean, for the most part, we want to see the gameplay, but it's just like as proof that hey,
Yeah,
it's
that's
actually blindfolded.
yeah. I'm
It
gonna,
doesn't need
you
to
know.
be too big.
Okay, my controller's still not working, apparently. Sorry about that. I think maybe the camera messed it up or something, I don't know. The camera seems to be working again though, so that's good. Things should be fine now. Yeah, okay, we're good. Alright, so let me go to Green Hill. Alright, so I'm gonna start with Green Hill Classic and then go to Modern. Alright, so I'm gonna turn around like that. I think you can now see the back of my head, right?
I don't know, let it catch up.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Should be good, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so let me go back to the... Okay, alright, we're good.
Suppose
So
you actually have a blindfold or something.
yeah, I could put like a t-shirt or something, but like I don't have one near me.
Fair enough.
But this should be good.
As long as you're not able to see.
Yeah, like I can't see, like the screen is here. Like I don't know if you can see my hand. Like the screen is like that way. Like if the camera is here, the screen is here. Right. So yeah. All right. So let's do this classic Green Hill. All right. So I need to build here.
Alright.
The focus. Observe the Frock in his natural habitat, the Green Hill Zone.
Mostly keeping quiet, because audio keys.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I think I'm through Green Hill Classic.
Nice.
We
So yeah, that's like the thing about blindfolded runs. Audio is all you have.
yeah, like yeah, with audio I can pretty much decide where I am. Like I think I got lost like during the mid section, but thankfully I heard
Yeah,
the enemy bounce and I was like, okay, we're good.
You did that faster than I can do it with sight.
Alright, so
Wow.
modern Green Hill now.
I had the same thing with like modern Green Hill, like before we even did classic blindfolded for the first time.
And that's modern Green Hill.
Nice.
Very impressive.
203.
What I find so like what I find even more impressive about modern is like I recognize that some of the stuff he's doing is still the speedrun strats. They're just so freaking engraved into his muscle memory.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I do take like some of the lower path because, well, even though it's blind, you know, Green Hill in particular is, I wouldn't consider it one of the hardest blindfolded out there or the hardest blinds in general. Excuse me, blinds in general, but it's still blindfolded. Things can go wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was blind Green Hill. I hope you enjoyed. So now
Glitch
for
showcase.
the glitch showcase really quick. All right.
Yep.
Faster than my casual times.
All right. So starting from Cityscape, right? Okay. So here's the first thing that you can do in Cityscape as far as glitches go. Like it's not faster, but it's funny. So if you go through one of the jump pads, you can actually drift in the air, and you actually gain boost as well. like look at that drifting.
Just drifts in the air, why not?
Yep.
Of course you lose a bit of time doing it, so something
Yeah.
unfortunately, but it's fine.
But yeah, you drift. That's one of the Cityscape glitches that it has. The other one, it's a 3D into 2D. It's like, you know how people, you know, sometimes say like, oh, I wish like it had more 3D or something like that. So by doing that, you can play Cityscape like only in 3D. So what you have to do is reach the big loop over here. And if you go over those dash pads there, you can stomp here, skip the loop, and well, what you know, you are in 3D. But you stay in 3D, and it's not 3D into 2D, you are actually like 3D restricted one.
Yeah. Does make for a very cinematic camera though.
Yeah, very cinematic camera indeed. So that's another glitch, and that's pretty much like what I have to show you from Cityscape. Next up, it's oh yeah, the I need to go in. Actually, no, let me go to Omochao really quick, and I need to get the endless boost. And equip it to Modern Sonic. Alright, so you know how I said that, you know, Seaside Hill, like, too bad we don't have the Endless Boost. So when you have the Endless Boost, since you don't lose boost on water or anywhere else, what you can do is, like, pretty much go outside and go anywhere you want. There are walls around, but yeah, like you can go anywhere you want. Like it's funny, like because like even the fish like wants to stop you from going, you know, wherever you want, because you can just tap the back button, like it goes away. So yeah, and you keep going, like just need to keep pressing back so the fish doesn't get you. That's another one. So next up we're going to Rooftop Run. So in Rooftop Run, like this one is kind of silly. It's kind of well, it's they kind of missed a little, like it's you're not gonna get it in a run or anything like that, or you're not gonna get it in a casual run. It's like you need to go out of your way to get this one. So if you go around over here in Rooftop Run Modern and you stomp in the corner, you can actually like go out of bounds. It doesn't serve any purpose other than, you know, going out of bounds and seeing the confetti and stuff like that, and you can, you know, go somewhere, right, and keep falling and stuff like that, which is, it's kind of silly. It's kind of overlooked, you could say, like they didn't put an invincible wall or something there. But yeah, and you keep falling. That's another one. Pretty silly, like now for the Rooftop Run Classic. Let's see if I can get it. This one is pretty funny as well. If I can get it, you need the Thunder Seal to actually get this one, and it's at the beginning. If this actually glitch served any purpose, you could actually save so much time. Unfortunately, we haven't found a way to, you know. So right now I'm 3D into 2D, and well, yeah, like as you can see, like I'm going wherever.
The fact that that's even possible is classic Sonic is stupid.
Yeah, like you pretty much like it's pretty easy to do as well. Like you need to actually jump with a double jump from the Thunder Shield and go into like 3D. So if I do this properly and go a little bit forward, let me show you what happens. Alright, so if I hit that checkpoint, alright, and let's say that I spin dash. Whee! So this back there is the stage. Like it's that back there is the stage, and I can go all the way back again if I spin dash again, because like spin dash in 3D doesn't work. It kind of broke the game, so you go back and forth. Also, there is a kill plane there. So if I respawn, this happens.
That's fabulous.
Like, hello there.
This is a game. This is a video game.
Low key to how good like classic Sonic looks in game model. Shout outs. So right now I have 3D movement in 2D along with 3D controls in the 2D section. So if for me to go forward, I press forward, not right, what you know usually press for 2D. And if I spin dash again, I'm going all the way out again, like that.
What the fuck?
So yeah, like as you can see, there's the stage. If you can take a look there, over there, and if I keep going like that without spin dashing. So I can keep going, like somewhere off the map. We go on an adventure to find something something, and we found a kill plane. So yeah, this is like classic rooftop run, and this like is another one. So yeah,
It doesn't quite get much more video game than that, guys.
it actually gets a little bit with like the mission for Modern Sonic, if you remember it.
I'm not sure if I do.
You will remember once I go for it. It's a mission in Green Hill.
Oh yeah, that. I'd say 3D and 2D and is more video game than that. But that's also very video game.
Alright, so what I'm gonna show you now is two more glitches. This one is the backup glitch we use in case we lose the Thunder Shield during the Plant Wisp Act 1. Alright, I'm gonna do the same thing, and with the Spike Wisp, and go all the way where I use the Spike to actually, make it hover pretty much and fly. So, say that your Thunder Shield, you don't have it, or you lost it. So what you do is, you go here, you go at the edge, and you use the Spike Wisp again. You go out of bounds and use the hover ability from Spike for some reason, and then you do this. And you use again the hover, and you go over here. And then, like, when you go in this corner, you start spin dashing, and you'll see the camera spans out a little bit, little by little. And if you do it properly, you go back in, and you're at the ending again. That was the original strat before we actually found the Spike Wisp that can get you all the way by flying. But yeah.
Just sure, invisible walls everywhere. Why not?
Yep. And the last one, and I left the last one for the best for last, you could say. Like, I don't know, like, I really love this one, but the classic rooftop run is pretty ridiculous, like, to say the least. So yeah, okay. Green Hill, Modern Sonic, mission against, like, to race against Tails, right? So what I'm gonna do is, like, do a homing attack here, and I want to hit that enemy, and once I hit that enemy, I want to land like in a way so that crab hits me and puts me on the background, that like he did. So by doing that, I can go around that wall, and as you can see, I'm in a section that Green Hill has, right? Like the loop. So normally you're not supposed to be here, right? So there is an invincible wall here that stops you from moving forward, but you all thought that Sonic doesn't have new moves, but he actually does. By going slowly over here, Sonic enables his hover ability, and he flies back up and around the wall, and there you go, I can move on. So yeah.
But why?
Yes.
Yes.
But why? I just stared at that one in abject silence. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even understand what I was looking at.
Don't worry about it.
Don't
I worry about it. It keeps me up at night. Deep concern. That's amazing. I love that.
So yeah.
Sonic games, man. Sonic games.
Yep. And with that and supersonic speed, supersonic racing, I'm sorry. That's Sonic Generations, fellas. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Brock. Awesome job.
That was really good. Thanks, Frog. Thanks, Sid.